Keith Thurman admits that business practices went wrong when him and Crawford was able to fight, and he didn't want to take the fight because of things on his side that he says that he had to deal with as far as Crawford on his side, political issues, dealing with Bob Arum in his specific words. But I just feel like those things I've been saying, if you look at all my videos, you can go back. I've been saying this about 2 or 3 months. I've known this for years, but I just don't say anything. A lot of these guys, man, you really don't know, because half the time they'll hide behind whether it's a promotional company or not. But as David Benavidez's father said, these guys can fight whoever they want to. They just choose not to fight. Just like with Canelo just now. Eddie Hearn's not holding Canelo's hand from keeping him from fighting anybody. No one's holding him back. So you know what he's doing? He's going out. He's going to PBC, grabbing the fight. And later on, if you want to go back to the zone, he's going to go back to the zone. But to try to make it seem like it was a political issue, let me tell you something. If you and if Keith Thurman and Crawford would have had a fight, and both of them wouldn't have been on a promotional company, one of those promotional companies would have picked them up and they would have had to fight. So it's not like, and according to the Ali Act, certain things you just can't do with a boxer as far as holding him back and things of that nature. But it's kind of odd that everyone else can go out and pick a specific person that they want to fight. But when it comes to certain guys that's doing tribalism, and they're saying, oh, well, we couldn't fight Crawford before the Spence fight, but now we'll be able to fight him. You know what I'm saying? Why would you want to fight a guy after he's knocked out who you consider the best? Now, why wouldn't you fight him before all that? I'm confused. Like, so you're not gonna point out Crawford? Hey man, let me get on him while everybody else ain't even doing it yet. So when I knock him out, it ain't even gonna mean nothing. Let me silence all this right now. Just like how they did how Kambosos did Teofimo Lopez. He was like, you knocking people out? Go back and look. I was saying it before the fight even happened. I said, man, you look at the press conferences. Kambosos ain't really saying too much. And he looks like a guy who talks a lot. And he was talking slick. And then go back and look at how the Kambosos was talking when he was about to fight Devin Haney. Oh. I said, man, is he promoting himself or what's going on? See, it's two different emotions going on. And you got to watch things like that. When Keith Thurman had the belt and he was talking about Earl Spence, he was talking down on Earl Spence for years. But then when Spence got the belt, it was like, yeah, I'll see you soon. I'll meet up with you. Spence like, oh, what's up? Run it. He ain't want to run it. Now, both of y'all on the same promotional company. Now, Keith Thurman, let me ask you this question. Did Bob Arum stop you and Earl from fighting when Earl was calling you out? See, that's what people got to realize. There's a lot of tribalism going on. See, these guys, they'll get to a certain place. See, people, certain boxers ain't doing it. Everybody ain't doing it. Everybody ain't doing it, but there's certain guys that's doing it. And I feel like it's the same guys who's been around each other. I don't want to call out any names or disrespect anybody, but it's a lot of tribalism going on as far as people trying to hide behind promotional companies and stuff like that. Like, bro, Wilder ain't having no trouble finding no opponents. So why are you guys having trouble finding opponents to fight? It's like y'all don't want to consider anyone outside the like Marcus Brown just fought Bitterby not too recently. So what are we talking about? People holding people back from fighting each other. I'm confused. Like, Plant fought Canelo not too long ago. So I don't understand what people are talking about. All these promotional companies been fighting. Wilder been fighting guys. But Wilder been fighting these guys, and other companies have come together and made fights together. A lot of these boxers didn't want to make fights, and now they still don't want to be straight up about the kind of business tricks and dealings they do to try to ice people out, like how they try to ice out Boo Boo Andre. A lot of guys like Crawford, especially me, I don't play like that. Once you cut me off from a bag, and then you saying let's get a bag together after you done cut me off from even bigger bags, when we could have already had a big bag, we could have already done certain things in the business together, but now you talking about doing business now? Nah. I wouldn't do it. And I knew Crawford was going to say that. Everybody else was surprised. Oh, why would he say that? He was saying that because that's how they was doing him. They were never going to give him an opportunity. He was never going to get a chance. They were going to act like he was going to get a chance, but he was never going to get a chance. They were never going to give him a chance because they felt like he was a threat. And look at him now. He's a threat. And the thing they didn't want to happen, it has happened. He's turned into somebody that they don't want to come across and they don't want to lose to. Now it's looking even worse because now they see, oh man, not fighting him is almost worse than losing him. Because now that they haven't fought him, they almost forgotten. They're iced out. Nobody wants to see any more lower tier fights in that division if it's not any new faces. We're tired of seeing the same old faces. Dudes been fighting once every 2 or 3 years. Like, nah, ain't nobody's gonna wait. Nobody's ready to see nobody fight like that. I don't know no fighter that can do that. The only person I know that can do that is probably Floyd, Mike Tyson, Deontay Wilder. That's probably it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if Canelo can sit out 3 years and people be like, oh yeah, I see him. They'll probably see him fight, but I don't know. If he sit out 2 years, it's probably going to be a little rusty. People going to move on in boxing. They're not going to sit around and wait on you. Like people thought, oh, what happened after Floyd Mayweather? Tank Davis happened. That's what happened after Floyd Mayweather. So, but the business is getting too ridiculous. We got guys now stressing out on, man, well, I wish we could fight and get this done and do this. For what? That's why I say a lot of these guys, I would never give them a chance in boxing. Crawford Wright, never fight these guys, ever. Because you see how they do as soon as you're in the winning circle. As soon as you're the man, and that's how people treat you in real life. As soon as you become the man, now everybody, oh man, what's up, dog? You know what I'm saying? But as soon as you underneath and you at the bottom, now everybody want to disrespect. You got names, and now you see all kind of guys. They went from bashing Crawford, taking money out of his mouth. Now they want to sit out here and be like, taking food out of his mouth. Now they want to sit out here and be like, well, yeah, he this, he that. Nah, man, it don't work like that. They got a lot more things they gotta do before they sit up here and consider themselves experts. Because Danny, a lot of guys, Crawford has said iced them out, and guess what Keith Thurman just confirmed? Yep, we was icing them out. Yep, all you guys that said that we wasn't icing them out, you lied for Keith Thurman and everybody else. I'm not, cause he said out his own mouth, yep, we was icing them out. He just said it. I ain't got to get sit up here and argue with nobody. I'm not finna do that. I'm going to pull out these articles on y'all. I'm not going to sit out here and argue with no grown man who can read. I'm going to send you an article. I'm going to say, read this and see if your boy said this. If he said, that's why I don't play the sides or, oh, I'm with this company and this company. It's behind the boxer. Behind his name. His name got that dirt on it. If you want to leave dirt on his name, let him leave dirt on his name. But I'm not finna, I haven't been watching boxing too long to let some new guy sit up here and try to say like, oh, well, these guys ducking. No, you ducking. You ducking. You got a belt and you telling me somebody ducking? Man, come on, man. What do you think I grew up in? In the suburbs? Yeah, but they got to figure that out, though. We starting to realize now that guys like Crawford and Wilder, who I've been yelling about for years, why they got to prove themselves and do all kind of other obstacles that everybody else don't got to do. But that's all I got, though. Like and subscribe.